I'm searching the web for the latest gaming news. Searching GameZillaMedia.com. Downloading headline.
Alexander, what about this monster story of yours?
Download complete.
Okay, well, topic number one. What is topic number one? Is it?
Topic number one is topic number two. We did the old switcheroo.
We did flip them, okay, because I'm looking at the doc right now. I'm like, oh, wait, maybe he just changed his mind. But topic number one, let me just, my artwork is right, and that is Pokemon Sword and Shield. We had some new details coming out, right? Some new news kind of hit that kind of sparked some conversation in the Discord and the Nintendo channel, and led me to say, hey, you want to talk about this on the show today? And you jumped on it, I think, big time.
Well, I like talking about Pokemon. It's
but I think
a preferred series of mine.
No, I agree. It's been a preferred series for many of us, and I think this game maybe it has us slightly worried. And so I thought, first, let's go ahead and I'm going to let you kind of talk about what happened, and kind of what it sparked as far as conversation in the Discord and some of our own personal feelings.
Sure. Another trailer was released today, and it unveiled some new Pokemon, which is always exciting. And yeah, I guess they were okay-looking Pokemon. There's a certain point
where... You don't
where...
have to lie. There's only one okay-looking Pokemon.
There was one that was a giant pile of whipped cream that looked dumb.
Yeah,
but I mean, fairy Pokemon in general...
It had strawberries as ears.
I have strawberries as ears.
No,
you need to stop being drugged. That's why I have to wear these headphones, because I'm a freak.
No, you have to wear those headphones because another member of GameZilla Media broke your headphones.
It hurts my heart because these headphones are louder. My ears hurt now. Then there was another like dragon ice type looking Pokemon.
That was okay.
I'm not going to sit here and look up all their different names and stuff, but Yamper. We got to talk about Yamper.
That was the one that I was like, okay, that I was happy about.
Yamper.
But we already knew about Yamper.
He's the electric dog corgi looking Pokemon.
He's a electric corgi Pokemon. Just you don't have to add extra words in there. He's a corgi.
Now we are going to talk about other names. There's El Creamy.
God, that is
I'm probably mispronouncing it.
There's been some dumb Pokemon. There's been some dumb Pokemon, but this one I think takes the crown for stupid looking Pokemon.
There's way worse ones. I mean,
it's dumb.
It's not that far off.
It's a cream. It's literally explained as a fairy cream Pokemon that creates cream for humans to make food.
Grim, there's almost 1,000 of these. They're not all going to be home runs, okay?
Yeah, but they're advertising this one.
That one's a bunt. It's a bunt, okay? It exists.
Okay.
Then there's Roly-Coly, which is a rock with an eyeball.
So it's basically, what does that remind me of?
Roggenrola from Generation 5.
Yeah. The eyeball reminds me of Metagross's first evolution. What is it?
Metang? Not Metang.
Not first evolution. It's first form.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Metang is the second one, right?
Isn't it like, it starts with a B, doesn't it? It's like
Beldum, maybe?
Yeah, something weird like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, it just kind of reminds me of that, except rock.
This is one of the ones I like, the Duraludon, which is a steel dragon Pokemon. I said it looked icy because it's white, but
it did look cool.
Yeah, I mean
I'd give that one.
But dragon Pokemon generally are cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few more things that were shown off in this trailer is, for the first time ever, to my knowledge, the different versions look like they will have different gym leaders. And I don't know if it's all the gym leaders, but at least a couple of them, because they showed the emblem for Sword when they showed off the fighting gym leader.
Yeah.
B.
I think it's Bay.
Bay. Yeah, I think you're right. Bay. And
I like B better, though. We'll go with B.
And then in Shield, they have the ghost-type trainer, Alistair.
Alistair's a punk.
I like Alistair. That's why I'm buying
Shield. I only know one
right
Alistair, and they're a loser.
You know an actual person named Alistair?
No. He's fake from Noobs and Dragons.
Oh, that's true. What about Alistair Black from World Wrestling Entertainment's pretty dope. You'd actually like him.
Anyways, there's at least one unique gym per game.
Yeah, and so they showed, again, of these Pokemon, I guess 2 of them are cool. 2 of them are farts, but that's how Pokemon's going to go. It's been going that way for a long time.
Let's get into the real thing, though, here.
So they showed off in the last trailer, I believe it was called Dynamaxing, which is this game's version of a Z move or a Mega Evolution type thing where you can power up a Pokemon once per battle and it gets really giant and really big. And we're like, oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of dumb, but okay, that's the new mechanic for this game. But today they brought out that they have a form beyond that. Gigantamaxing.
Oh my god.
Which is the same.
They can't even come up with a good word.
Which is the same as Dynamaxing, but like Mega Evolution, it actually changes the form of the Pokemon. So they change their physical appearance.
So this is like Dynamaxing with EX or
yeah.
So now my Charizard gets giant and then it turns black and blue.
Yeah, something like that. It's going to an even further level.
I'm sorry. This idea, especially we've talked about this before. Like this being like the gimmick or whatever of this generation is just super lame. It is lame. Super lame when like we've watched like fan base come out with cooler ideas. Just simply with like Pokemon fusion and just like having Pokemon fuse together and do and create wild abilities and looks and stuff like that. To me it's like, let's take a Pokemon, make it big, and we'll just have kaiju wars.
That's what I like about it. It's kind of like a big kaiju battle. You have little baby battles, and then shit gets real when it turns into a kaiju battle.
Yeah, but the thing about and I mean maybe it'll be cool, but the part of me is like when they grow to like this giant size, it literally just looks like they took the animation and just blew it up, and then nothing else is different. It's just like,
well, that's why you're a Gigantamax guy, because the appearance does change.
The appearance changes, but I feel like you're inside of a gym or whatever. Like they showed these inside like domes, like they were in the gym doing this or something. Yeah. And to me, it was like, all of a sudden, their Pokeball was giant like a basketball, and they throw it, and then this gigantic Pokemon comes out, and somehow like the stadium supports it, even though like this thing now is like, I don't know, 4,000 times its weight and size. Like, and again, I'm looking at like realistic facts here, but like it just to me kind of doesn't fit. There's a thing when like I'm not against giant Pokemon and like I like kaiju, but like when there's a kaiju, when you watch generally, what happens when it walks through the city? The city doesn't exist anymore.
But these are trained, subdued Pokemon.
You damn well know not all of these Pokemon are trained, okay? There's some shitty trainers out there.
We haven't seen any wild Pokemon Gigantamax yet.
Not yet, but when it happens, you're going to be eating your words because I'll be like, that doesn't look like a trained Pokemon. That looks like a wild Pokemon that just decided to go giant and not destroy the forest or the city or wherever he is.
Maybe that's part of the story. Maybe it does.
Maybe. The bad guys obviously want to take advantage of this ability as well. That's generally how it goes. But, they want to like Gigantamax, Dynamax, like to the max. I don't even know where I'm going with this. That's as far as I could go. So
your thought train got maxed out there.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. To me, it kind of, I was reading the Discord and someone's like, have we officially outgrown Pokemon? Like, is this why we're having a problem accepting this? And I kind of sat back and I go, man, I'm a giant kid and I like a lot of dumb things. And I can still watch horrible cartoons. I can really enjoy a lot of stuff that, probably adult me shouldn't really enjoy. But here I am. And this just doesn't do it for me. And I don't know. And I guess for me, I'm curious what the younger crowd maybe thinks about this, if they're excited about it, or if maybe they also think this is kind of like, eh.
Well, stuff because 2 generations ago, Mega Evolution was really cool. And then last generation, the Z moves, you're like, oh, okay, that's not as cool as Mega Evolution, but all right, I'm cool with it, I guess. And then you get to this and you're like, oh, well, that was a big step backwards.
I think my biggest problem with Pokemon recently is that every game, they have to have something different, right? Like Mega Evolution was cool. Couldn't you evolve Mega Evolution more or something? Like, what could you have done more with it? Because first of all, Mega Evolution is a way better word and makes way more sense since we use that word all the time with Pokemon evolving. Mega Evolution versus Gigantamaxing. Like, I would expect to hear Gigantamaxing on like YouPorn and then be like, oh man, what's Gigantamaxing all about?
That's the new thing the new kinky thing the kids are into.
I'm just saying, like,
I stuck my wiener in this vacuum to Gigantamax it.
Right. Man, I hope we didn't just start a thing. But anyways, if we did, we don't want credit. Find someone else could take the credit on it.
Someone's gonna clip that audio. That's me going, is that my wiener?
Yep, you're right. Yep. But no, so to me, like, I just, like, you're right. What was it, Z-Move or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
Like that, again, stupid name. Like, oh, I got this bracelet all of a sudden, and now it does, like...
Z-Move wasn't that stupid compared to Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing.
First of all, we're going downhill, so this is worse. But, like, to me, I remember playing Pokemon, and we didn't have any of these things. It was just Pokemon, and you evolved your Pokemon, and you enjoyed it. Do you really need any of this extra just bloatware crap slapped on the side? Like, oh, you guys are bored of Pokemon? Well, now you get giant Pokemon. Like, no, if I want to play Pokemon, I'll just play Pokemon. I don't need this extra mechanic that was thought up while someone was taking a dump in a public bathroom and was like, wow, that's a giant dump. Gigantamaxing, I got it. And then they run into the board and like, we're just going to make a giant Pikachu and it's going to do the same thing, but it's giant. And then people thought it was a good idea and they actually did it. Like, this is actually approved. It's in the game. I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me.
I have a silver lining for you. A hopeful silver lining.
I hate this. I honestly can sit here and say I hate this.
Once I tell you this, you will agree with me that maybe Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing are a good idea. There'll be future Pokemon games, and it can't get worse than this.
Yes, it can. Don't say that.
It can't get dumber than this.
Say that.
The next Pokemon game that comes out without kaiju Pokemon, it has to be better.
Man, can't believe you are going to just curse us like this and ruin the franchise.
Have I ever been wrong? No.
Yes, you have.
Not that I can.
100%.
Not that I can recall.
But that's fair. There you go. But no, I don't know. This is such a disappointment for me. Like, I'm still gonna pick the game up. I'm still gonna play it because it's a Pokemon game. But this specific like mechanic does nothing for me. At least like Mega Evolution, I was curious and wanted to try it, and the Z move was, I just didn't care either actually. So this is right on par with Z move. I was like, cool. I remember actually before the game came out, someone was like, you want to pre-order Pokemon? And I'm like, no, I'll just pick it up. They're like, oh, well, you got to pre-order this watch that you put on, and then you put the crystals in your watch, and then the Z crystals that gives you your Z moves, and that's how, and it's gonna function with the game somehow. I'm not sure how, that was complete. They were lying to me. That was bullshit. The watch never actually functioned with the game, but I was just like, he literally explained to me like this thing. I was like, well, that's clearly what's in game, right? It's just the toy that you can buy for the kids, and I'm like, that is stupid. Now, when I said that, if you would have had me pick the watch with the Z crystals or Gigantamaxing, I would have picked the watch. I would have bought the watch and wore it to work the next day.
You mean this watch? No. What if I was wearing one? That'd be awesome. I wish I had a Z crystal watch.
So you're right. Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing, and who knows what the third thing that's going to happen, because we're bound to find out that there's something else going on.
This is the gimmick bottoming out. I'm telling you, this is the gimmick bottoming out, and it's just going to be uphill after this.
I think that if this does really bad, my wish, what I would want to see is that they just make a Pokemon game next. Like, here it is, the new Pokemon game. There is no bullshit mechanic that's additional, because how many times have we complained about Mega Evolution where it's like, cool, we just mega evolve and we just one-shot everything and we work our way through the game. It was OP.
It was only good in like the 2v2 competitive meta is the only place that Mega Evolution wasn't OP because you were playing against another human. Mega Evolution against like in-game trainers was just steamrolling everything.
Exactly. It took any level of like difficulty to the game pretty much out. And so, I don't know, for me, it's these types of things I don't care about them. I just want a good Pokemon game with a good roster of new Pokemon and a half decent typical Pokemon story that I'm expecting, and just let me play through it. I don't need this super overpowered mode that just makes a giant Pokemon. That's just me.